Hey guys, welcome back to TeensForCode, and today we'll be learning how to make our very own simple interest calculator. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. But before that, I want to remind you what we did in the last video. So in the last video, we learned about algorithms and what is the use of algorithms, and we understood a little bit about algorithms by making a pizza. I think it was a fun activity. And don't forget to check it out if you already haven't. And also guys, my 3 weeks basics program is out, and if you haven't seen any of those videos, then don't forget to watch them, and I'll mention the links in the description down below. So now let's get on with today's video. So the agenda for today is going to be a simple interest calculator. So it's going to be a very easy project, which is I think very ideal um, now that we are starting to write a few programs with what we have learned. So we'll take the values of principal, rate of interest and time from the user, and then we'll use the formula simple interest is equal to principal into rate of interest into time divided by 100. And of course, just like every other code, we'll require proper statements for taking values from the user and also for displaying the output. So now let's just see how we have done this. So here we are at, of course, at IDE and I already have my code written down for me, and I'm going to explain each and every line just like every video. So in the beginning we write hashtag include stdio.h and int main and empty brackets, then a curly bracket. Of course, we have to start the program with these lines. We'll declare the variables for principal, rate of interest and time. So float p is equal to 0, float r is equal to 0 and float t equal to 0. Since we are going to take the value from the user, we'll first initialize them as 0. Then of course we'll need 100 because we are going to divide the product of these three by 100. So I'll just take int a is equal to 100. Otherwise you can directly put it into your equation later, but I want it in a variable format, so I take int a equal to 100. Then just for the display and beautification purposes, I have written what my code is going to do. So it is a simple interest calculator, and now I'll write printf enter principal. So we have to enter the principal, then scanf %f comma and p. So we'll take the value of p from the user. Then printf, of course, a \n because I wanted to go to the next line. So then I write printf enter rate of interest. Of course, you're going to take the value of r from the user later. So scanf %f comma and r. So we'll take the value of r, which is rate of interest, from the user. Of course, then printf, then a \n, enter time, and scanf %f comma and t will take the value of t from the user. Then float si, which is simple interest, is equal to p, which is principal, then r, which is the rate of interest, and t, which is the time for which the money is kept, and we'll divide it by 100, or I have declared a equal to 100, so it won't matter if I write a over here. So then we'll write printf, the SI is rupees %.3f, because if it is in decimal, I want to round it off to 3 decimal places. So %.3f, then a \n, comma SI. So what do we mean by this statement? I think you probably know it by now. So we are going to take the value of simple interest, whatever is calculated over here, and we are going to put it in this place, which is the f, and it is going to be rounded to 3 decimal places, so it has a 0.3 before it. So rupees simple interest is, which gets rounded off to 3 decimal places. So I think this was pretty easy. So this is the next line of code is totally optional. So here in the highlighted line, I have written the the cost breakup, how we have calculated the SI. So here SI is equal to, I have written 3.2 Fs. So the value will respectively get replaced, written it in the order in the code. So might not have understood this, I'm going to explain it. So here we have written in the first 0.2f, of course we need to round it off to 2 decimal places. We don't want many decimal places. So the value of SI is written here first. So in the first 0.2f, what will happen is that this SI will go here and it will automatically get rounded off to 2 decimal places. So this SI will go here and get rounded off to 2 decimal places. Similarly, the values of P, R, T and A will get put into this equation that I made. So P, R and T upon A, which is 100. So 0.2f is equal to 0.2f into 0.2f by percent D. I have written D here because I know that A is an integer, so it will be represented by percent D, but the others are all decimals, so it is float, so percent F. So guys, please be careful about how you are writing down. Just make sure that you have written percent F for a float and percent D for an integer. So return 0, of course it has to be in the end. If you are writing your code in Geeks or Geeks, if any other, like if you're writing in dev C++, then you write int main and void, and then there is no need of a return 0. So I'm going to input the values here. Of course, the code doesn't look so great in Geeks or Geeks because the output is given later. First, you have to give the input. It looks way better in dev C++ and others like Visual Studio Code and Xcode. But we're just going to try it. So I'll take P as 1000. Then let's take 8. And time is say 1 year. Then we'll run our code. So the SI, so here of course it has it has been kept blank, like enter principal, rate of interest, time. But if you do it in dev or some other thing, then we'll display that properly. So SI is rupees 80 and rounded off to 3 decimal places. Then 80 is equal to 1000, which is the principal, then 8 into 1 upon 100. So congrats guys, you successfully did it, and I think it was pretty good, pretty easy one. I think you can try it on your own once. Just refer this and try thinking like this on your own once, and if you are not able to do it, then go back and refer to what I have written. Try it on your own, it will surely benefit you. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. Now we'll just move on to today's coding question. So again, I have got a very interesting coding question, and this formula is applied in many places. So today we will be calculating the price of a house by taking the value of square footage, which means how many square feet does the house have, how big the house is, and then we'll take the cost per square foot of a property. And we'll use the formula that cost of the house is equal to square footage into cost per square feet. And I think this should be very easy. Take the value of square footage and cost per square feet from the user and just multiply them. And I think it's very easy, and I know you'll nail it. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button that is down below. And guys, another important thing, turn that post notification bell on so that you will be notified every single time I post a new video. So see you in my next video. Till then, goodbye.